Sony said, hey, Crimson Desert, you guys know this game. This has been showing up at a number of Keighley shows. It looks great. I don't know if it's great, but Crimson Desert is coming out for PC and consoles. But yeah, the news is that Sony reached out to these guys, the developer, and said, we would like to make this a console exclusive. And the weird thing is they said no, which I can't understand. I mean, unless they know something about the Switch 2 and the Switch 2 would be able to actually run this, I don't imagine that they're actually considering that Xbox would be like, why would you turn down Sony money? They still could be on PC. They'll be on PS5. They couldn't run on Switch anyway. So why would you turn down Sony money in exclusivity and marketing and promotion just to be on the Xbox as well as the PS5? I mean, unless there's something we don't know, like, well, what you don't know, Jaffe, is Crimson Desert is going to be a Game Pass exclusive, and they haven't revealed that yet. Okay, that would make sense. And yeah, again, PK says multi-platform Switch 2. Yeah, Xbox means nothing to most people in development at this point. And I love Xbox. I've loved Xbox more this generation than I have Sony. But I don't think if I was a developer, I would go, oh yeah, we have to make sure we're going to be on Xbox. So I don't really understand, frankly, why they would do that. But maybe the Switch 2, they've seen enough of the Switch 2. They know that they can be a launch title for the Switch 2 versus a kind of, back end of the life cycle of PS5. And they feel, and they're not wrong, to be a launch title on something like Switch. I don't know if you guys were there, you were aware of it. But when the Nintendo 64 came out, every single fucking game in that launch title, there was like 10 of them. And a lot of them weren't very good. Sold over 1 million copies because people were just desperate for something to play. And so it could be that. It could just be the fact that they're like, yeah, we would, assuming the Switch 2 wasn't coming. So I could see that. Bukaki says the Switch 2 is going to be great. The difference between this gen and last isn't huge, but from PS3 to PS4 is pretty noticeable. And I think that's what the leap in specs will be like. I'm sure it will be noticeable, but again, Nintendo has never gone all in on the visuals, which I'm totally fine with. That's not why I play Nintendo. What I will say though about the Switch is I got a pair of reading glasses because I'm old, and I have been enjoying the duality of the Switch where I never have before. In the past, I was just kind of always like, I just played on a big TV. But actually now with the glasses, I'm like, oh, okay, I get why this is so cool. So I'm excited for that. Opinion is respected, but how can you possibly like Xbox more this generation, says Zack? Because I like what they're trying to do. I like the ecosystem of Xbox, the environment. I don't think the games that are exclusive to Xbox, it's certainly first party, have been as good. A few have been worthy of competing, like Forza Horizon, but most of them are nowhere near as good as what we get on PlayStation right now, first party. But I absolutely think their Game Pass stuff, the fact that I know, like, I'll give you a great example. I thought my PS5 was shitting the bed recently, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking spend $700 on a Pro. Do I really want to buy a fucking new one? Well, if I had been playing Elden Ring, which is the only reason I care about having a PS5 right now, on Xbox, I could just be like, oh, okay, I'll switch to PC. Or really, if I didn't have a PC, okay, I'll switch to Game Pass Mobile, right? Their stuff travels much more easily from system to system, but it's still the same game. It's the same purchase. But me playing a game on PS5, if that PS5 shits the bed, the save is gone. The ownership awareness is gone. And that's stuff that I've just gotten used to now with the way I game. That's something that they have brought to the table that I've really liked. But I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the quality of first party. I think there's no doubt that first party Sony wipes the floor 95% of the time with those guys. I don't agree with that. Soul Mike, PC's the best, but you need troubleshooting skills. I've never never found that to be the case. I have no troubleshooting skills. It's people have a very archaic, antiquated view of PCs where a lot of people still seem to think it's like 2003. Most PC games just work. But anyway, here's this game. So it's going to be on all the systems now. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for it. Well, I'm excited for it as it relates to what they've shown. I don't know if it's actually going to be good or not, you know.